Listen carefully, because the next breath you take might change everything. Not tomorrow, not next week. Now, two truths strike like thunder across the soul. The world becomes heavy only when you forget who you are, and stress wins only when you surrender your inner throne. But let me ask you something, gently, honestly, deeply. Why do we carry life like a weight we're condemned to hold? Why do we tighten our chest over things that were never ours to control? Why do we walk around as if the universe is keeping score? Why do we treat every moment like a test we are terrified to fail? Why do we suffer under pressures that are not even real? Here is the part almost no one will ever tell you. Most of the things that make you anxious today will not matter in 10 days. Most of the battles you're fighting live only in your mind. And most of the storms you fear are created by thoughts, not truth. Fear is a storyteller. Stress is a liar. And worry is a thief that robs you before life ever does. But come with me. Let me take you somewhere. A real moment. A real story. A truth America understands in its bones. There was a man, ordinary, hard-working, doing everything he could to stay afloat, driving home from work on a Thursday night, the kind of night where the sky is tired, the streets are crowded, and the weight of the world sits too comfortably on your shoulders. He was stressed, frustrated, carrying the weight of bills, expectations, deadlines, the fear of failing his family, the pressure of not being enough, the quiet voice inside whispering, "You're falling behind." Life felt like a race he was losing. Every mile, every minute, every heartbeat. Then something shifted. Traffic slowed, then stopped. Completely. He looked ahead, saw the flashing lights, blue, red, white, pulsing against the dark. An accident. A car turned over on its side, steam rising. Glass scattered across the pavement like broken stars. A child crying. A woman shaking. Her hands trembling as if she were trying to hold the world together with fingers that could barely close. His heart froze. Time slowed. The noise of life faded into silence. The weight he carried disappeared, completely, and in that moment he saw truth. Not in words, not in wisdom, but in raw reality. Every worry he had drowned under for years meant nothing compared to the breath in his lungs. Nothing compared to the safety of the people he loved. Nothing compared to the gift of simply being alive. Life is fragile. Moments are uncertain. And all the stress he carried was smoke. Invisible. Unnecessary. Gone. That is where our story begins. Not in comfort, but in awakening. Where tension meets revelation, where fear meets truth, where your heart meets a message it has been starving for. A message you didn't know you needed until right now, because something inside you is listening, not with your ears, but with your soul. Something inside you is hungry for peace, hungry for clarity, hungry for calm. Something inside you is tired of taking life so seriously that you forget to live it. And right here, right now, you are stepping into a truth that will rearrange the way you breathe, the way you think, the way you carry your days. Listen, you are so precious for being here right now. The fact that you clicked and chose to watch this shows your hunger for truth. Stay with me, because what you're about to hear is not just knowledge, but life for your soul. Please subscribe, like, and share this message so that others just as precious as you may also find this light. Let those words sink in. Let them sit inside your chest. Let them soften something that has been tight for too long. Now breathe. Slowly, deeply, fully. We are just getting started. And I need you present. Open. Here. Because what you're about to hear will not only free your mind, it will ease your heart. It will reshape the way you see your days. It will untangle years of unnecessary tension. This is not just another message, not another motivational push, not another voice in the endless noise of the world. This is a reminder, a wake-up, a quiet earthquake inside your spirit. You have been carrying too much, worrying too much, forcing too much, taking life so seriously that you forgot its softness, its beauty, its breath. But you are here now, listening, awakening, re-entering your life with new eyes. Because by the time this journey ends, you will not only understand how to stop taking life so seriously, you will understand something greater: how to live with peace, how to move with calm, how to breathe without fear, and most importantly, how to finally be free. The weight you were never meant to carry. Life feels serious when you think everything depends on you, but it doesn't. Not the way you imagine, not the way your mind has convinced you, not the way your fear has whispered in the dark. America runs fast, too fast, the kind of fast that makes your heart outrun your peace. People chase success like it's oxygen, achievements like they are proof of existence, and status like it is the doorway to love. You rush, you grind, you push until your soul grows quiet, until the voice inside you, the true one, becomes a faint echo beneath the noise. But listen, life is not a courtroom. You are not on trial. You are not standing before a jury waiting to be approved. Most of the pressure you feel is your mind trying to survive a world that is not even chasing you. No one is watching you as hard as you watch yourself. No one is tracking your failures. No one is replaying your mistakes at night. People are too wrapped in their own storms to study your reign. Most people are too lost in their own lives to judge yours. Let that sink in. Most of what you think people think is imagination. Most expectations are illusions created by fear. And most of the pressure you feel is coming from a voice inside you, not outside. That inner voice. The one that tells you you're behind. The one that tells you you're not enough. The one that measures your worth by productivity. That voice is not truth. It is conditioning. It is the shadow of old wounds. It is your younger self trying to protect you from a danger that no longer exists. You are allowed to breathe. You are allowed to step back from the role of holding up the world. You are allowed to put things down without apologizing. You are allowed to take your hands off the wheel of perfection. You are allowed to release the idea that you must always be strong. You are allowed to rest without guilt, to stop without shame, to simply be without needing to prove anything. You are allowed to live without proving anything to anyone, not your family, not your friends, not society, not even to the version of you that thought pressure was the only way to survive. Here is the truth, a soft truth, a deep truth, a truth most people will never teach you. You were not born to impress. You were born to exist fully. You were born to feel the wind, to taste the morning, to experience life without the weight of constant self-judgment. You were born to grow, to stretch, to change, to rise in your own time, not rushed, not forced, not panicked. You were born to live with intention, not heaviness, not anxiety, not the silent fear that you're never doing enough. Life was meant to hold beauty, breath, space, presence. But when you take life too seriously, when you grip it with fear, when you carry burdens that don't belong to you, everything becomes heavier than your spirit can handle. Let life be light again. Let moments be moments. Let yourself laugh again without needing a reason. Let your heart soften without asking permission. Let your soul loosen the grip on everything you can't control. You are not failing. You are simply carrying too much. You are not weak. You are simply exhausted from holding things that were never meant for you. Something inside you knows this. Something ancient. Something powerful. Something older than stress. Older than fear. older than the voice that tells you to keep pushing until you break. Something inside you is waking up again, a softer knowing, a calmer truth, a deeper understanding that life does not have to hurt to be meaningful. Feel that. Feel the shift in your chest. Feel the quiet that starts to form between your thoughts. Feel the relief of knowing you don't have to carry every burden alone. You were never meant to hold the whole world, only your part of it. And your part is not as heavy as you've been taught to believe. So breathe. Let your shoulders fall. Let your mind unclench. Let your heart return to the rhythm it was born with. This is the beginning of something new, a new way of living, a new way of seeing, a new way of walking through your days. Not serious, not suffocated, not pressured, but present, light, awake. You are stepping into a truth that many never discover. The truth that life becomes softer the moment you stop forcing it. The truth that peace begins where pressure ends. The truth that you were never meant to carry everything. And as this truth settles into your soul, you will start to feel something you haven't felt in a long time. Freedom. The kind that comes not from fixing life, but from finally letting it breathe. The art of letting things pass. Stoics understood something Americans forget. Something ancient, something simple, something powerful enough to change the way you breathe. Most things don't deserve your energy, your anger, your panic, your sleepless nights. But you give them anyway, not because you're weak, not because you're dramatic, but because life trained you to react before you understand, to absorb before you assess, to carry before you question. You don't have to react to everything. You don't have to fight every thought. You don't have to bend under pressure that doesn't deserve you. Let things pass, truly pass, like cars on a highway, racing, rushing, gone, like clouds drifting across the sky, moving, shifting, never staying forever, like noise outside your window, loud for a moment, forgotten the next. Not everything needs you. Not everything concerns you. Not every battle is your battle. This world is loud. People shout their opinions before thinking. Screens scream for attention. News cycles intensify fear. Stress becomes normal. Pressure becomes culture. Chaos becomes routine. But you are allowed to move differently. You are allowed to live in another rhythm. You are allowed to choose the frequency of peace, because the one who masters their reactions masters their world, and the one who chooses stillness chooses freedom. Let that settle inside your chest. This is the heart of Stoic power, not emotionless, not cold, not detached, but steady, rooted, unshakable. Let life happen without letting it take your peace. You are bigger than the moment, stronger than the worry, wiser than the noise. But maybe you forgot. Maybe life has been too loud for too long. Maybe you've been stretched so thin that your peace slipped through the cracks. Pause right here. Take a breath. Slow, deep, intentional. Feel that moment of calm. Do you feel how everything softens for just 1 second? That softness is who you really are. That stillness is your natural state. The world taught you to panic, but peace was always yours. Let me show you something. A truth hidden inside everyday life. Think about the last thing that made you angry. A comment, a misunderstanding, someone cutting you off in traffic, a text that rubbed you the wrong way, a rumor, an inconvenient moment. Where is it now? Where is that anger? Where is the frustration? Gone, faded, forgotten, because it never deserved to stay. It never deserved the space it took in your mind. It never deserved the energy you gave it. Life is full of these moments. Moments that scream for your reaction. Moments that beg for your attention. Moments that want to pull you out of yourself. But you don't have to attend every emotional invitation. You don't have to answer every mental knock at the door. You don't have to let every disturbance inside your home of peace. Let things pass, not because you're passive, not because you're weak, but because your soul knows the value of calm, and you refuse to sacrifice that for things that don't matter. Here is the truth most people never learn. What you ignore determines your peace more than what you control. Let that sit with you. Let that truth breathe. You don't have to win arguments. You don't have to correct every misunderstanding. You don't have to explain yourself to people committed to not listening. You don't have to wrestle with situations already beneath your purpose. Choose peace over proving. Choose clarity over reaction. Choose presence over panic. Let things pass. Let them move by like distant echoes. Let them lose their power because you refuse to fuel them. You are not here to chase storms. You are here to outgrow them. This is the art of freedom, the quiet discipline of the inner world, the strength of the soul that refuses to be easily shaken. Something in you is beginning to shift. Something in you is learning to let go. Something in you is awakening to the truth that not everything deserves a piece of your spirit. You are stepping into a higher way of living, a calmer way, a wiser way. Because when you stop reacting, you start seeing. You begin to recognize what truly matters. You begin to feel the difference between noise and meaning, between chaos and destiny, between distraction and purpose. Life gets clearer, quieter, smoother, because the external world stops controlling your internal world. And in that moment, you finally understand what the Stoics knew all along. The world will always shake, but you can learn to stay still the moment your soul woke up. There is always a moment, a shift, a quiet turning of the heart that no one else sees. But you feel it. You feel it the way the earth feels the sunrise before the light ever touches the sky. Maybe yours is happening right now, not tomorrow, not later. Now, right here in this breath, as you listen, as you pause, as something within you loosens its grip and begins to fall back into place. You don't have to force this awakening. You don't have to chase it. You don't have to earn it. Awakening is what happens when the soul is finally tired of carrying what was never meant to be carried. Life was never meant to be a battlefield. You walk alone, even though you felt alone, even though you've bled in places no one ever saw, even though you've cried into pillows that have absorbed more secrets than the world will ever hear. Life is not an enemy. It is a path, a journey, a classroom for the spirit, one that teaches slowly, painfully, beautifully. Some lessons whisper, some lessons break you open, and some, like this one, feel like a hand touching your shoulder saying, "It's time now, wake up." And once you understand this, once you finally stop fighting every moment, life becomes lighter, not perfect, not painless, but lighter, like a burden being lifted, one silent ounce at a time. The man in the car, the child crying, the overturned world on the highway. That wasn't just a moment in passing. It was a message, a reminder that even in chaos, souls are being shaped. Even in confusion, hearts are being taught compassion. Even in the places where life bends you, something sacred is being formed inside you. This right here is your reminder. Stop carrying things that don't belong to you. Stop gripping life so tightly that you can't feel it anymore. Stop believing every day must be perfect for you to finally breathe. You have punished yourself long enough. You have judged yourself harshly enough. You have rehearsed your failures more times than your victories. But the truth is simple. You are allowed to breathe, allowed to rest, allowed to feel the softness of being human. Relax your heart. Let it stop bracing for impact. Let it trust that not every moment is danger, not every silence is a threat, not every delay is a punishment. Relax your mind. Let it wander again. Let it imagine again. Let it be curious again, because worry was never meant to be your home. Relax your expectations. Life does not need you to be perfect. It only needs you to be present. You deserve breath, not pressure. Life, not weight. Peace, not panic. And yet, for so long, you've chosen the opposite. Not because you wanted to, but because no one ever taught you that gentleness is allowed. You don't have to survive every moment with clenched fists anymore. You can unclench. You can soften. You can allow yourself to feel the world without fearing it. Do you know what the moment of awakening really is? It's not loud. It's not dramatic. It's not wrapped in fireworks or thunder. It is usually like this: a quiet shifting in the chest, a silent whisper in the bones, a soft voice saying, "You don't have to live the way you've been living." Maybe you've been holding anger that was never yours. Maybe you've been fighting battles your spirit never agreed to fight. Maybe you've been trying to carry people who were never meant to be carried by human hands. Or maybe you've simply forgotten what it feels like to be alive without feeling like you are drowning inside yourself. But something is waking up now. A part of you that has been asleep for years. A part that remembers sunlight. A part that remembers freedom. A part that remembers the softer version of you. The one who used to laugh without checking who was watching. The one who used to dream without fear of disappointment. The one who used to breathe deeply without apology. That part is still alive. It never left. It was simply waiting for the moment you stopped running long enough to hear it again. And this moment of stillness, this pause in the noise, this breath, is the doorway back to yourself. Let life change you. Let it refine you. Let it soften you. Not into weakness, but into someone who can finally live without feeling like survival is the only goal. You have fought long enough. You have carried long enough. You have been strong for too many seasons without stopping to rest. Rest now. Allow your soul to open its eyes again. Allow your spirit to stretch after years of being curled tight. Allow yourself the miracle of beginning again. Quietly, gently, beautifully. Your awakening is not an event. It is a return. A return to the person you were always meant to be before the world hardened you. This is the moment your soul woke up. Don't rush it. Don't question it. Just breathe and let it rise. The Stoic truth: nothing is as serious as it feels. Here is the truth that kings forget. Presidents forget. Strong men and strong women forget. Even the ones who look unshakable, unbreakable, and untouched by life, even they forget. Life is not as serious as your fear makes it. Most of the heaviness you carry is borrowed. Most of the pressure you feel is imagined. Most of the fears that tighten your chest are shadows created by moments that never even happened. You are not failing. You are learning how to walk through a world that no one taught you to navigate. You are learning how to breathe through storms that many people would collapse under. You are learning how to rise without anyone clapping, how to endure without anyone noticing, how to keep going when everything in you whispers, "Stop." You are not behind. You are becoming wiser, becoming lighter, becoming stronger in ways that don't show up on the outside, but remake everything on the inside. You are not late. You are not slow. You are not lost. You are blooming at the exact time your soul is ready. Stop comparing your journey to someone else's chapter. Stop believing the lie that your pace determines your worth. A tree does not rush to grow. The ocean does not rush to reach the shore. Even the dawn takes its time before it reveals its light. You are not breaking. You are shedding. Shedding the weight of what no longer matters. Shedding the expectations that were never yours. Shedding the identities you wore only because the world handed them to you. You are being peeled back to something truer, something softer, something whole. Every ending you feared was actually a rebirth in disguise, and every moment you thought was a collapse was actually your spirit rearranging itself for the next version of you. You are allowed to smile again. Yes, after everything you've survived, after everything you've endured quietly, silently, privately, after every night you sat awake pretending you were fine while your heart cracked in places no one knew existed, you are allowed to feel joy without apology. You are allowed to feel hope without guilt. You are allowed to feel peace without waiting for something to go wrong. You are allowed to breathe again, to let the air enter your lungs without resistance, to let the world soften around you, to let the day unfold without bracing for disaster. You are allowed to trust again, not because trust is easy, but because your heart deserves to experience life without the armor of yesterday's wounds. You are allowed to live again, to walk lightly, to wake up without fear, to sleep without dread, to move without feeling like the weight of the entire world is strapped to your back. Life is not as serious as your thoughts make it. Life is gentler than you think. Life bends more than it breaks. Life forgives more than it punishes. Life restores more than it destroys. But fear blinds you to all of this. Fear turns small things into mountains. Fear turns silence into danger. Fear turns change into threat. Fear turns you into someone always waiting for something to go wrong. But here is the Stoic truth. The truth ancient philosophers carried through wars, storms, empires rising, and empires falling. Nothing is as serious as it feels in the moment. Most things you panic about today, you will forget in a year. Most things you think will end you won't even matter in a few months. Most things you worry about at night are solved by the morning. Nothing is as heavy as the mind makes it. Nothing is as final as your fear believes. Nothing is as hopeless as your doubt tries to convince you. You are here, alive, still breathing, still standing, still growing in the middle of situations that could have destroyed you. You made it through things you never told anyone about. You survived chapters that no one else read. You carried storms in your chest and still managed to speak softly to the world. And now, look at you, awakening, unfolding, peeling back the layers of fear and finding a soul that refuses to quit. You are becoming someone new, not by force, but by truth, by clarity, by the silent realization that life doesn't have to be a battlefield every day. Not every moment is war. Not every choice is life or death. Not every mistake is the end of everything good. You can choose calm. You can choose patience. You can choose perspective. You can choose to step out of your fear and step into your life. And nothing in this entire world is more important than this moment, the moment you finally understand that you are safe to live, safe to breathe, safe to trust the timing of your own becoming. Let this truth settle. Let it sink into the dustiest corners of your heart. Let it wash away the belief that everything must be perfect for you to deserve peace. You deserve peace now. You deserve gentleness now. You deserve life, even if you're still learning how to live it. Please subscribe, like, and share this message. Let others rise with you. Remember this, not as information, but as something that lives inside you, something ancient, something your spirit has known since the day you took your first breath. The world becomes softer the moment you stop fighting yourself, and life becomes beautiful the moment you stop taking it so seriously. This is the echo you must carry with you long after this video ends. These words are not meant to inspire you for a moment. They are meant to free you for a lifetime. For too long you have moved through the world like someone bracing for impact, waiting for life to strike, waiting for disappointment, waiting for something to fall apart, simply because you've learned to expect pain more than peace. But listen closely. You were not created to live in a constant state of defense. Your shoulders were not made to carry the weight of invisible expectations. Your mind was not designed to be a battlefield every morning. Your heart was not shaped to run on fear. You were made for stillness, for clarity, for moments of deep breath, deep truth, and deep presence. Walk with lightness. Walk with peace. Walk with truth. And let your soul breathe again. Because somewhere along the road, you forgot how to breathe. Not the kind of breath that fills your lungs, but the kind of breath that fills your life. The kind of breath that loosens the tightness inside your chest. The kind of breath that tells your heart, you are safe now, you are allowed to rest. Allow yourself to rest. Rest from expectations. Rest from judgment. Rest from the invisible pressure to always be perfect, always be strong, always be fine. You don't have to be fine all the time. You don't have to hold everything together. You don't have to pretend that nothing affects you. There is strength in softness. There is courage in honesty. There is power in allowing yourself to simply be human. You have survived storms that no one knows about. You have carried burdens that your smile never revealed. You have walked through nights that felt endless, and still, you are here, still trying, still seeking, still listening for the voice inside you that whispers, there is more, keep going, and that voice is right. There is more, more peace, more clarity, more meaning, more life than the one your fear has allowed you to see. The world is not your enemy. Your thoughts are not your enemy. Your past is not your enemy. The only real battle has always been inside you, between the version of you that fears life and the version of you that is ready to live. Let the version that is ready to live finally win. Walk with lightness, not because life is easy, but because heaviness is a choice you no longer need to make. Walk with peace, not because everything is perfect, but because peace is what grows when you stop forcing everything to be what it isn't. Walk with truth, not the truth the world taught you, but the truth your soul has been whispering for years. You are enough. You have always been enough. You will always be enough, and nothing, no failure, no mistake, no delay, no disappointment, no judgment, no heartbreak can erase the worth that was carved into your existence before you ever opened your eyes. Let your soul breathe again. Let it soften. Let it unclench. Let it remember what it feels like to exist without tension. You are allowed to live gently. You are allowed to take life one breath at a time. You are allowed to find beauty in small things again. The morning light, the quiet drive, the sound of your own breathing returning to calm. You are allowed to begin again. In this moment, right now, you don't need permission. You don't need perfect timing. You don't need everything to be figured out. All you need is a single choice: to stop waging war against yourself. Forgive yourself for rushing. Forgive yourself for worrying. Forgive yourself for the times you didn't know better. Forgive yourself for the fear that once controlled you. Forgive yourself for being human. And now, with the gentleness of someone who has survived, with the calmness of someone who has awakened, with the wisdom of someone who has seen their own soul, take your next step lightly, because everything ahead of you is softer than everything behind you, because everything waiting for you requires less fear and more presence, because your life is not ending. It is unfolding. Walk forward with that truth. Carry it the way you carry your breath. Let it shape your days. Let it quiet your nights. Let it remind you every single day that life is not an enemy to be conquered, but a gift to be experienced. Walk with lightness. Walk with peace. Walk with truth. And let your soul breathe again.